And everybody was saying, but yes, okay, what are you going to do for advertising? And we said, nothing. We're not going to do advertising. Because not doing advertising is the twist of Veja.
Da kommt er. Welcome. Nice to have you here. I'm a bit wondering. Oh, these are Veja shoes. Very special. Veja? Veja shoes. Yeah? Okay. So we are really interested in the story of Veja. So the stage is yours. Have fun.
So good afternoon, everybody. I'm super impressed. And I wanted to thank the organization for inviting us today. And first, I just wanted to apologize because I'm not going to talk about TikTok or ChatGPT or money. So a lot of you can leave if you want. I'm just they just asked me to come to give you an insight of the Veja story, of our story, with my best friend Francois. So this story we started 20 years ago when we were 23 years old, and all started before Veja. We were working in banks in the US, and we were not super happy about what we were doing. We were economists, and we thought that globalization had a lot of problems. We thought that the world we lived in, we didn't fit in, and so we decided to set up an NGO. And so we went to see big companies, big French companies, to tell them, it was in 2003, and we told them, okay, you're speaking about sustainable development. What we propose you to do is to go on site, to go on field, to see what you're doing, a bit like investigation journalists, a bit like writing reports for you, but on field. So in 2003, we went in China, in India, in Brazil, in South Africa, to monitor sustainable development projects. So it was projects about social development, it was charity projects, it was projects about environment. And the bad thing in these 2 years of hard traveling was that all was said by the big French companies about sustainable development. We found it was a kind of bullshit. So we found that the speeches were super far from the field and from the actions. So we did this project, this NGO project, and then, like a lot of French companies and companies like Google, they wanted to hire us. But we said no. Maybe it would be better to start a new breed of company, to start a new kind of company. And so we didn't have money. We had 5,000 or 6,000 euros each, which is okay at 25 years old, 24 years old. And we said, okay, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from scratch. And so we said to ourselves, what can we do? Everybody is going to work on at tech companies, at Google, at Microsoft. All our friends, they are super interested in the web, etc. And we said, maybe we can do the opposite. Maybe we can create a product that we like. Maybe we can create something that is really concrete and really down to earth. And so we said, what if we try to put everything that we learned about environment, about social development, about economic justice, what if we put everything inside one product? And so we chose to do it in a sneaker because we loved it, and because also sneakers, they are made in countries where I would say the wages, the social justice is not so developed. So like all the sneakers of the world are made in China, are made in Vietnam, with super low wages for the workers in the factories. They are made with materials that are not so nice about the environment and about the people who do them. So our dream in 2004 was to reinvent a sneaker, to create something completely different. And we were super innocent also. We didn't know the fashion industry, we didn't know anybody in this industry, we didn't know anybody in the sneaker world, etc. So we dived into the field. So to create a different sneaker for us, it was first seek for the raw materials. So we started Veja by going in Brazil into the organic cotton fields. We were looking for cooperatives of agricultures, of producers, that were producing organic cotton. So we went to see one cooperative in the northeast Brazil, 2, 3, 5, and we found one with 27 people, completely independent. They had only 1 acre of land, and they cultivated organic cotton, which was more than organic, which was agroecological, and today it's called regenerative. So we spent time with them. We didn't speak Portuguese that well at the time, and we spent time learning Portuguese, learning organic cotton, how they were doing, etc. And we sat with them and we said, okay, you're selling your organic cotton to a common market price, to a low market price. What you do is something incredible. So we can sit with you and help you and buy your cotton maybe 3 times, 4 times, 5 times more expensive than what you sell. And so the guys, they were saying, those French, they are a bit crazy, they are strange to try to buy our cotton more expensive. And so we did that for the cotton. That became canvas for our first sneakers, which is this one, the one you have behind me. And we went also in Amazonia. Our goal was to seek natural raw materials for the sole of our sneakers. So all the sneakers of the world, they are made with plastic today. Only plastic for the soles. And we wanted to replace this plastic by a more ecological raw material. And we knew that Converse, in the 70s, they were using rubber, natural rubber. So we went into the Amazonian forest to meet with the people living in the forest and harvesting the rubber from the trees, from the forest. The trees that were raising in the forest, completely natural. And we went to see those guys saying, we want to buy this product, this raw material. So we found, it was like crazy traveling, etc. We found one cooperative and we bought 2 tons, or no, 3 tons of wild rubber. Then we found a factory in Brazil, in southern Brazil, which has nothing to do with factories in China or India or Bangladesh, etc. Because the people there, they work 40 hours a week. The people there get a salary where they can have a car, they can have a good house, etc. It's much more like Europe. And so it was the beginning of Veja. So we spent months in factories developing our first model. And then in Paris, when we come back, we found an NGO, which is called Ateliers Sans Frontières, who helps people in need, people that had, I would say, broken lives, problems with alcohol, with drugs, with jail, etc., to get back to a normal life. And they did all our logistics, and they still do our logistics today. So this was the first beginning of Veja. And everybody was saying, like, nobody cares about the environment. What you do, people want only Nike, want only Adidas. They don't care. They want basketball players. They want soccer players, etc. And everybody was saying, but yes, OK, what are you going to do for advertising? And we said, nothing. We're not going to do advertising. Because not doing advertising is the twist of Veja. Meaning what? Like the big sneaker brands, they spend a lot on advertising, a lot on marketing, a lot on celebrities. And these resources, this money, we put it in the supply chain. We put it to buy organic cotton to a high price. We put it to buy rubber. We put it to buy sneakers in Brazil. All sneakers, they cost 3 to 5 times more than if we should do them in China or in Vietnam. But the twist of Veja was to say, OK, no advertising, no spending on advertising. So everybody was saying, you're crazy, it's never going to work, etc. And in 2005, we delivered our first 5,000 pairs of shoes all around the world. And they went away from the stores. They sold out in 1 week. So during all those 20 years, we built step by step. We're going super slow. We don't have investors, for example. So we're going super slow to do all the projects, all the crazy projects of the supply chain. We're completely focused on what is a sneaker. We work directly with the producers in Brazil. So at the beginning, we were working with 27 organic cotton producers. Today, we're working with 2,000 organic cotton producers. And it's the heart of Veja is this. It's the field, is to know people we work with, is to be with them. So, for example, in Amazonia, we have an office of now 15 people, only working with the rubber tappers in the forest, only working with them day after day to try to create a bridge between what's happening in Amazonia and all the environment and the ecological challenges, and here in Hamburg, or there in New York, or there in Japan, etc. That's the main focus of our project, the field. So then Veja grew. Today we are 600 people in the company. The team is super strong, and we are challenged by beginning not a big company, but growing. And so everybody says, what comes next? Now that you have proved that you can build a brand without advertising and by trying to do things on the floor, on the field, like, for example, this one is the shoe behind me is made with leather. So we did a huge work on leather to follow the trace of the animals, to go until the animals, to see how they are bred, how the cattle are raising, that they eat only organic food, etc., etc. That's our game today, to try to be every time at the place and to know what we are doing. So a lot of people call it sustainability. We're not too keen on this word because for us it doesn't mean anything today. We are more attracted by reality, by what we are doing on field, and not about Instagram or TikTok or images or all this world, but more into doing the work in the field. So our last project is very much like us. The last project of Veja was everything to do with recycling sneakers. And on this journey of recycling, we realized that a lot of people were throwing away sneakers, and they were throwing away sneakers where they were still okay. They were dirty, they were a bit damaged, But we thought maybe before recycling, there is a step which could be repairing. So 4 years ago, we set up our first cobbler shop in France without knowing if people would go to repair. And it was a crazy success. So like the first month, there was, I think, 300 or 400 people that came up and that said, yes, I want to repair my Veja. Yes, I want to repair my Nike. Yes, I want to repair my Adidas, etc. And so, step by step, year after year, we're opening cobblers in the world. So we opened one in Brooklyn, we opened one in London, we opened one in Paris 2 months ago, to say to people, don't throw away your sneakers. You can repair them. Even if they are not Veja, even if they are Nikes, Adidas, or other brands, you can repair them. And it's completely into what we try to prove. We try to prove that the reality is stronger than fiction. The reality is stronger than advertising. We are very down-to-earth guys, and so instead of giving big speeches about recycling, sustainability, upcycling, we do cobbler shops. So today, we have now 9 cobbler shops all around the world, and it's working like crazy. People are super surprised about what we can do with that. And like it's kind of miracles. It's craftsmanship, but it's also miracles. They can give you back a shoe that is completely wasted. They can give it back for you completely new. So for us, it's still a proof. And what we don't want our company, we don't want the brand to grow too far. We just want the brand to take a path that is showing the way for other projects, for other brands, showing the way to what is possible to do. And sometimes we fail, but it's okay. And so forget about sustainability. Forget about all these big buzzwords. What we have to prove is every day in our work, in our family, in the way we behave to other people, the world is a complicated place today with what's happening in the US, with what's happening in Ukraine or in Israel and in Gaza. But what the start is with us every day, is to try to prove that we can make the world a better place, but not by giving big speeches, just by doing step by step, small things, small actions in our everyday life. And that's what we try to do with Veja. Thank you very much.
What an interesting story. Sebastian, so good to have you here. What a story, what a journey. Yeah. So, Johannes, one of the guys over there, he was a bit mad, but because he said, he had 5,000, 6,000 euros to start. He started with only 4,000. Yeah, but he's doing socks and underwear, so maybe that's the difference.
I think it's the best.
That's the best. That's the best. Huh?
Maybe some people working in venture capital don't agree, but I think it's the best. To start small, to start slow, and to grow like a tree.
Maybe Gülşah has a question, because she is working in venture capital. Would you invest in Veja still?
I mean, it really depends on the valuation, but I really like the combination of impact that you're having, plus, for sure, also the economic side of things. And this is actually something that not many companies are good at, to both have the social and economic impact combined. And I'm very grateful that you are showing also to everyone here that this is possible. And what I would like to know actually is, what's your vision of your company? You said that you don't want to make it too big, but you want to make an impact in the world with what is happening. So can you elaborate on that more? Because I think this is something that maybe everyone here in the audience would be also very interested to hear from you, as someone who has already started making a big impact. Thanks so much.
And sorry, what is your name?
Gülşah.
Gülşah. So thank you, Gülşah. No, the thing is, we don't really have a vision. We never had a vision of what is a company for us? It's more an adventure. It's more something that we do day by day. Today, the biggest challenge is we have 500, 600 people in the team, and our job is to make them happy, is to make them at the good place, is to make them progress. And so I think we are not very good bosses because we always come with ideas with, yes, we should do this, yes, we should do that, etc. It's not organized like a typical company, but I think that what companies miss is maybe to close the laptops, to close the phones, and to go on field and to go see meeting people, to really feel, touch the people and to discuss with them. So it's not a vision, it's what we try to practice. It's more a practice, it's more a test. Mm-hmm. So vision of the next 10 years, I always said we don't have. Or even the next 3 years. And that's why investors, they are jumping out of the door when they come to see us. But it's okay because we don't want investors because we think it's changing the company also. You know, to run after growth, it's not our fun. To run after money, it's not our fun. I think if everybody is happy, if everybody is well paid, if everybody is at the good place, the company will grow at a natural pace, in an organic pace, and it's maybe the best pace. We do things too quickly today. Everybody is doing things too quickly. We don't have time. We never have time.
Yeah,
okay, we have Google, we have Instagram, etc., but we have less time than before. Why? Because everything is going too quickly. So maybe the only vision that we have is to walk and not to run anymore.
Do you really have a company headquarter, or is everybody working from home office?
No, we don't do home office.
No home office. Oh, okay.
We have a headquarter in Paris. We have an headquarter in Brazil, in Porto Alegre, and I'm thinking to them because there were big floods in Porto Alegre last week, huge floods. And we have also an office in New York, but we don't do a lot of home office. Okay. We believe strongly in being there with the team,
meeting in person,
together, inspiration, fun, smiles. We believe in that. To be in front of your computer, I'm not sure it creates an energy or a dynamic.
I agree with you. Yeah. Tarek, Johannes, wollt ihr was fragen?
Thanks for your talk. It's very inspiring. Do you think you can kind of build what you've built with Veja also in other categories? I mean, I've seen you are also selling bags, for example, but have you thought about also selling other kinds of products with the same approach? Okay. Like clothing or bags or whatever, something like this?
Thank you, Tarek, for the question. No, a lot of people are asking us, yes, let's do T-shirts, let's do trousers, let's do other things to grow. And we say no, we're happy with sneakers. We love to do shoes. I think we're completely crazy about shoes. And so maybe one day, but okay, the company can grow 50%, 100% by doing T-shirts, etc. But we want to do shoes, we want to do sneakers. So it's not the time, neither the wish, so we don't do.
Okay. Maybe a collaboration with socks, because sneakers and socks, it's really important that they match. Maybe. Johannes? Yeah? You do collaboration sometimes, right?
Yeah, of course, Of course. We do a lot of big designers came to us, like Rick Owens, like Marni, like a lot of fashion brands. But they're always a bit surprised because we said, no, we produce. We produce with our raw materials. We produce in our factories. We don't produce in China or Vietnam, etc. So, but all those big brands, for us, they were teachers. Because like spending 1 hour, 2 hours with Rick Owens, for example, who is one of the best designers in the world, it's a teacher.
Okay, it's very inspiring for you as well.
He taught me how to do this and this. And so inspiration comes from meeting people, for me.
Okay. Johannes?
So really inspiring your talk. Thank you for that. We saw during COVID, it was like crazy. Like customers truly believe in sustainability, and it was really important for the customers. But the last 1 to 2 years, like due to the economic crisis and inflation, that people are switching from like sustainable brands back to Shein or Temu. Do you see something like that at your brand, that people care less about sustainability, or is it still growing and growing?
I don't know if people care about sustainability. I think we live in a super complex world. So I think we have a lot of clients, a lot of people wearing Veja. They don't know about the project. They don't know what is behind Veja. And it's okay, because we receive a lot of emails every day saying, okay, I'm wearing Veja for 5 years. I didn't know anything about the brand, what is behind, how you do things, etc. And I saw an article, I saw you on stage in Hamburg, and then I went to seek on internet. And I think that's the most powerful conviction gift that we can give, is that a lot of people, they don't know about our project, but they discover. And when you say people are caring about sustainability, I'm not sure, because the world is too complex. It's super hard to make a living, super hard to live in rough conditions. So it's okay, and that was the biggest frustration of my partner. He was saying, oh yes, people, they don't care about sustainability, they don't care about organic cotton, they don't care about rubber, they don't. I told him, no, they don't care, but we care. We do it for us, and that's maybe the most important. Then we are French, so we are very bad in communication. We're not super at ease with TikTok, for example. And so, but it doesn't matter. We do it for us. And then some people will know, and some people will spread the word. That's how I see it. Maybe I'm wrong, huh? It's not the truth, but that's how we live it.
But till now, it's a success story. Congratulations. Yeah, it's so nice to have you here today. Thanks for sharing your story, your success story with all of us. Yeah. Meine Damen und Herren, Sebastian Kopp, Co-Founder von Veja, heute hier auf der Conference Stage beim OMR Festival. Sebastian, all the best. Take care. Thanks for being with us.